It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Today, we see who's better in the NFC between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Here comes Williams on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Cut. 180.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's an 8-yard chunk to stop this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
The cool thing about a drive starting a run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. And as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Goff back to throw. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is, touchdown Detroit. The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. The Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Xavier Gibson now to return. He's brought down just inside the 25.
Xavier Gibson on the return. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
On 2nd down, Robinson. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know it's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. This is Scott. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the shotgun, Penix has him on the quick hitter. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down. All set to go now from the 35.
1st down, Atlanta.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Penix working from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Alex Anzalone with the pick. Into the red zone. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Detroit.
I know you feel the same questions I do from people as, well, do you ever have a rooting interest in the game? Or do you not root for your home team or anything like that? No, the only thing we root for, to be honest, is a close game. And right now, with this kind of start, it doesn't feel like we're going to have one.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Tyler Scott now to return it. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. It reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got two things on their mind. Number one, get the returner down. And number two, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Falcons' 20-yard line.
Another one for Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It's his running back, and he's brought down after a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Even short like that, I promise you some money will follow. You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix. Cut down the field, it's Pitts. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's 16 yards on that play. And that's a Falcon 1st down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting a drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm. But these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. 2 in a row now, slipped away.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. A start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down over the 31. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
One like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Looks through and breaks away. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
2nd and
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
He's out of bounds as there's a flag down. This one should be on the defender who jumped early. So they'll decline this and take the results. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 17-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. We just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. Has a lane inside the 25. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions make it a 24-point ball game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Scott now to return. Oh, he eats a hit to bring it into that. Right near the 25-yard line. All right, starting the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Robinson again here on 2nd. And that's not what the offense does. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. As we say up on the scoreboard, Brock, it is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
That one complete to Pitts. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down. Robinson on the inside give. And he's not going to manage to get past the line even. Tackle for a loss. He's got 2nd and 11.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Another carry for Robinson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Tyleek Williams in on the play. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. And he's got a free play here. Ooh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Ryan Branch has it. And they get to him and tackle him on the return. But will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. Penalty moves them closer. It's 3rd and 5 now. Penix here from the gun. Gets this one to London. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Shotgun snap. They give to Robinson. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's go, here we go.
Penix off the play action. That's more of a catch out left. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All set to go now from the 35. Throwing now on first down. Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to Charlie Lewis. Incomplete. A throw intended for Drake London. And now they face second down.
Leads to second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing Penix. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's another Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Robinson up the middle. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they take him out of bounds, which his offense setting up for first and goal.
It's a gain of
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Here's Robinson. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
A 4-yard loss on the play. Second and goal at the 13-yard line.
To the air with Penix. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not like the standard they set for themselves.
Now Penix on third and goal. Has some room to work. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Israel Abani-Kanda on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. On the draw, this is Gibbs. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. From the gun, Goff. Throwing the out route complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down from the 42.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Shotgun snap here to go. Another one caught by St. Brown. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis and run support.
And the defender's there to knock this away, and that effort means it's fourth down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Thrown in double coverage, odds are against you.
And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards.
The Falcons take over first and 10. At their own
just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On first down, here's Penix. He's got London left side. And this gets them well away from danger as he is up past their 20. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Penix now on first down. That's more on the Cook slant. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. They've got first down here from the 36.
A gain of 14. And the Falcon first down.
Penix. Man downfield, and he finds London. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down from the 41. It's Penix yet again. Throw right side, caught by Mooney. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Looking quickly here.
Complete to Darnell Mooney. 10 yards.
One final shot before the half.
Second and inches.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Scott now to return. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Penix looking to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So second down coming up.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far. From
the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll fight ahead for a few. It's third down.
Robinson, the ball
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Third down, it's Penix. And the Lions are there to bring him down. And they're staring at the fourth down now after that sack.
The number of times we see quarterbacks with his running ability make plays, critical plays on third down, it's got to be refreshing for that defense to finally see them on the right side of it.
And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got second and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
20.
Throwing is gone. Flushed out of the pocket. Thrown towards running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing third down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Goff on third. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
He's going to have this one down to the 20. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's a Falcon first down.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Atlanta.
Here's a give to Robinson. He dodged the tackle. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Groupie to try the point after.
For the extra point.
Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 10.
Falcons 14.
That lead trimmed just a bit. Down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard
The
line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they'll take this ahead for 7.